Hello, welcome to DevLog number 2. Welcome back or welcome for the first time, depending on if you've watched my past 2 videos. This video is going to be a bit more disorganized in terms of what happened what day. Some days I barely got anything done and some days I did a ton of stuff. So for the most part, I'm just going to be going in order, not really worrying about which day. But I'll try to give you a rough estimate. Now, I started off this week working on the shader that I had started on Sunday, and as I said, I would get it done. So you can see on screen, I have a fully fleshed out shader. It doesn't have necessarily everything that I would like, but for now, I think it suits its purpose just fine. Now, for my shader, I took a lot of different inspiration, a lot of it from Unity itself, some of it from Alexander Amayi, particularly the toon shader aspect of it from him. And what I did was I just gathered regular lighting data, posterized it, which just groups different shades, different levels of lighting together, and then I lerped between 2 colors to assign a color for the ambient lighting, or like the shadows, and then a color for the main body of the character, or the tree, or whatever object. The next step of the week was to actually entirely redo the UI, because I was pretty resentful of it. I didn't like it at all. So I worked on the art for that, and that actually led to the inspiration for the next step, which was, I know it's kind of a jump, but I wanted to work on saving game data. Now this started off just because I wanted to have a UI for my player and selecting which player I wanted to have, and it kind of just built, right? So it started with the player, then the world, and well, to have either of those, you need to have some sort of system for saving their data. Now the way I went about it, I'm not going to exactly explain it all right here, unless you end up wanting me to do more tutorials on how I do stuff. But I just took my game data and serialized it into binary and stored it somewhere on my computer, a persistent file path. That way the file path wouldn't get broken or it wouldn't change. And then whenever I needed to access that data, I just deserialized it and loaded it into the game. Now it sounds pretty simple, but it took a long time, like a surprisingly long amount of time to get that all working, but here we are. I have a player system and a world system, and it's almost done. As of this video, I have everything just about together, where players actually have a specific location for each world that they generate into, that they load into, and they also will very soon be able to save their stats. So the system's in place, and now all I have to do is put everything together. So next time I should have a very fleshed out save system. So I'm gonna finish my video off here just because I didn't have a ton of organized data to present this week. But next week, hopefully I'll have 2 videos, one for my devlog, and then equally as excitingly, hopefully, I am going to be participating in Ludum Dare, which it has been 4 years since I have done that, and I'm actually really excited. So I'll have a video up with my progress. It may or may not be out next week. It's more likely going to be a few days later. Yeah, thanks for joining, and I will see you next time.